Hello, hello, hello. How are you guys doing this evening? And what a beautiful evening it is. It is rather fallish outside tonight. It feels like the leaves have like all changed overnight. Here, let me show you. It's like really, really pretty through here. Looks like fall in Indiana has finally arrived as we count down the final week to Halloween, which I'm very excited about. I actually have a drama video based around Halloween that I'm going to be doing this next week. And so I thought I might try to find more than one drama-based Halloween, kind of not funny Halloween drama, but like a drama video that doesn't have to do with like beauty influencers and stuff like that. So I have that coming. But it is currently, I think it's like 6:15, 6:20. Alex just got home and we were either going to go to Verde and have Mexican food, or we were going to get pizza. And so he was tired and just kind of wanted to hang out at home tonight. So I was like, well, let's just get pizza. So we're getting pizza. He just ordered the pizza, which is supposed to be here in 35 to 40 minutes. So whenever the pizza gets here is when the vlog will be over tonight. Drinking coffee in my glow in the dark. I have to tell you, this really does glow in the dark too. I put it in the bathroom the other night and Alex goes, oh my God, your cup glows in the dark. It really does. So I'm drinking coffee. The last bit of my Starbucks blonde roast that I have 2 bottles of the medium roast that I bought yesterday and a bottle of the Califia brand. I think I got blonde roast in the Califia brand. So I have that. And yeah, I've just been like, a lot of people are walking today. I think because it's such a beautiful fall day. This one little old lady, she's so sweet, and she always walks with her purse. Like, she always carries her purse. It's not like a messenger bag, it's like a purse, and she always walks with it and carries it down the street, and I think it's so sweet. But yeah, I've been like, I filmed a drama video, I did a review video of Taylor Swift's new album, Midnights, and now I'm vlogging, and we're gonna eat pizza, and then I don't know if it comes out tonight or tomorrow. I think it comes out tonight, the last episode of The Patient. So if it comes out tonight, I'll watch it tonight. But I think it comes out on Monday nights, but then on Hulu it comes out on Tuesdays. I just want to finish that series and be done with it. And then my neighbor literally just came home and they're leaving again. Or she came home. What are they doing? She came home. And now he's leaving. Gotta know all the business of the neighborhood, you know. I was talking to my neighbors across the street. She was watering her plants and I was talking to her, and then her husband came over and he sat down here next to me and was telling me stories about dogs he had when he grew up, and places that, we were talking about places we used to go swimming. He's a lot older than me, but places that we went swimming when we were kids growing up around here. And what was the kind of dog that he said that he had? Started with a B. I can't remember. But anyway, and yeah, so that's that. And then tonight, I don't know what Alex and I are going to watch while we're eating pizza, but tonight at 9 o'clock on Shudder starts Dragula, and I am so excited about that. It's Clash of the Titans. I think it's like the best of like all of the previous casts, so I'm really excited about that. Dragula, if you guys don't know, is like, I don't know how they define themselves. I think like spooky queens or like underground queens or something like that. But it's like RuPaul's Drag Race, but it's like done by the Boulet brothers, and it's like spooky queens. I found them originally, I think, on YouTube. I think like the first season was on YouTube, and then Shudder TV, which is actually an app. I bought it specifically just for Dragula, but there's tons of horror movies on there too. How is pickleball?
We're finished.
It's over for the season.
Yeah.
Who won?
Do your work.
He said, do your work. he has to take down the pickleball net. Well, the tennis court nets are coming down tomorrow. And that's what he was telling me earlier, that this was their last night for pickleball. And I was like, why don't they just keep the nets up? He was like, well, it's not up to me. He was like, we play pickleball, you know, keep on playing it. But he said, it's not up to me. So they're taking the nets down tomorrow. But anyway, so yeah, I'm really excited about Dragula. So it's like spooky, scary stuff, and like they don't lip sync for their life at the end. They do these like challenges, which I have to say, I feel like I was actually thinking about this the other day, because I thought the challenges have kind of gotten easier, like as the seasons have gone on. And then I was like, well, maybe that's not true, because I feel like there was like one season where they had to like get tattoos, like, but the other person got to pick what your tattoo was. But last season they got like, because I was remembering this one, the people that were in it, they like got like put on this thing where like plastic was like anyway, scary stuff. And then one of them was that they were buried alive. Like I couldn't handle that at all. Not at all. And so there were like challenges like that, and then like the one that makes it the longest, or the one that makes it out, is like who like wins the lip sync kind of thing. Like that's how they do it differently. It's really genius, the show, and the makeup, the special effects that they do, and all of it. And it's more of like, instead of just coming out and showing like an outfit, they do what do you call it? They do like a stage presentation. So like they'll either do like a rock band. I guess it's kind of similar to RuPaul when she does like the musicals and things like that, but it's like they do like a rock band, or if they have to do like a scary clown, they come out, but they have to do like a presentation with it too. It's not just like they come out and they look like a scary clown, you know? If you're interested in watching it, I would highly recommend you can get Shudder. I think like you can get it with other things like Hulu or whatever. It's like an add-on. Or you can go in and just buy Shudder, and if you want to watch this season of it and then, you know, discontinue it after that, you can do that. But if you want to do that, they have the past seasons of Shudder on there. And one of the things that they had that's exclusive to Shudder, I think, is called Resurrection, Dragula Resurrection, and it was like 5 queens, and whoever won, and it was like from previous seasons, and that they brought them back for like a special show, like a Halloween show, and whoever won that one got to come back on the next season. And that was how I think the Saint got to come back last season. But they are fantastic. Like, I love RuPaul's Drag Race. I love watching it. But like, if my excitement level out of a scale of 1 to 10 is like, I get like a 6 out of watching RuPaul's Drag Race, I'm like a 9 when it comes to Dragula. Like, I'm super, super excited about watching watching Dragula. And there's been like one crossover queen, like J. Jolie was on RuPaul's Drag Race, and then she like kind of like changed how she does things, and she was on the last season of she got rather far, which I didn't. She's fine, she's okay queen, like it's whatever, but I wasn't too impressed with her compared to other people. But she made it kind of far in the competition. But so I'm excited to see who's on there tonight. I know that there's a couple people. The thing is about their names are so like different that like there was one queen from last season, Hoso Terotama or something like that. I can't pronounce her name, but like her name, or like her drag is so incredible. But like a lot of their names are like real different, and so it's not like Nina West, you know, from RuPaul's Drag Race. So it's or Simone, or I'm trying to think of Gigi Good. I'm trying to think of some of the other ones that I love. Jujubee or something like that. I mean, it's like they have real different names, most of them. And so it's hard for me to pronounce their names. Okay, so the one that I think is on this season that I'm really looking forward to, her name is, I think it's like Abhora. And she's really scary. Like when I saw her on like her season, like her drag was like so scary to me, like to even watch. Like I would be like, I would not want to come in contact with that person walking down the street like as a character, like as a special effects character, because like it would be so scary to me. And the guy that won last season, his name is Dolly, and very handsome, very hubba hubba. If you watch my vlog, you know I got super excited because I found out, like I went to his, I didn't know that he had an Instagram, and so I went to his Instagram because I was just like interested in seeing what it was, and he followed me already. Like I didn't even know that he knew who I was, and so we went like back and forth in like DMs and stuff like that, and I was like, oh my god, and I told him like, you know, how much I was a huge fan of his and stuff like that, and he's a really nice guy. But like his drag is like incredible, and he does like this candy cane or candy corn like clown. He does anyway. It's just like way out there, kind of like, you know, presses the, what's the word, the envelope of kind of drag. So I'm excited about that. That's coming on tonight. And then The Patient, I'm ready for that show to be over. And then I think Unsolved Mysteries, like there's 3 more episodes that are being released tomorrow. Somebody told me, maybe it was on my vlog, I think, that you commented and said that you were watching that haunting show where it's like 28 days of haunting. And I feel like, did they do that on MTV? Was this an MTV show first and then it came over here or something like, or was it on somewhere else first? Because I feel like I saw this somewhere else and I like was going to start watching it, and then I was like, this is kind of corny. But somebody commented and said they watched the whole thing and they didn't really like it, so I don't know. So yeah, I got a couple shows that I'm watching tonight. Last night, it was so nice out here, you guys, but I didn't feel very good. After I got done vlogging, I uploaded the vlog, and then I like lay down a little bit. Like Alex and I were talking, he was watching House of Dragons, and he was watching some other stuff, and I just didn't feel very good. Like, it was the weirdest thing. Like, it just kind of came over me, and I was like, I think maybe I ate something bad at brunch or something. But I was like hungry and didn't. But I was kind of like I felt chilled. Like I felt like I was like, anyway. So he ended up making grilled cheese sandwiches. So then I got hungry, and I made my Panera cream and tomato soup, and then I made 2 just regular cold cheese sandwiches, and they were really good. I had bought this like pumpkin spice caramel popcorn at the gas station the night before, and I opened it last night. And do you ever get like so excited about something and then when you try it, it's like no good? Like I was so excited about trying this and it just wasn't that good at all. So yeah, so and what did I watch? I was watching something. This guy, usually when a car comes to our neighborhood really, really fast, it's like a delivery person. So I was like, is this our pizza? Our pizza can't be here already. What was I watching? Oh, I was just watching like Miss Continental Drag Pageant. Like I was watching like the beginning of it and the crownings of like 1992 to 1995. It was so funny because I was watching this one the other night. It was like Miss Continental 1994-95, and so they have like all the formers that come out, and they like they do. This is my favorite thing about Miss Continental. It's called the runway, and they do like all of the formers like that have won the previous years, and so they have them all come out like in order of like earliest to last, and then there's always some kind of theme to it. Well, what I was watching was Jim Flint Productions video, which Jim Flint is the guy that started and put on Miss Continental and owns the baton in Chicago and stuff like that. He's a lot older now, but like this was when he was probably my age. And so then it was like the introduction of contestants, and so there's like 30 contestants, and they all like walk out, and they're all like in white dresses and stuff. So they're all walking out, and all of a sudden I'm like, oh my god, that is like my friend that I was like, I would have been hanging out. I don't even remember her going to Miss Continental. And then what I realized was, this was a friend of mine that I used to hang out with back in the day a lot, that would have been the year after I got sober, so I wouldn't have been going out, and I wouldn't have known that she was at Miss Continental that year. And I was like, oh my god, she didn't make top 12 or anything like that. She looked good. And I was like, that's so crazy. So anyway, it's funny to see a video from 1995, you know, and see a friend of yours on there. But anyway, I watched those while I was eating my dinner, and then I came outside to watch Fear the Walking Dead because Alex was going to sleep, and I ended up watching like 3 or 4. It's like the RuPaul Drag Race channel on YouTube. This is kind of sometimes the rabbit holes that I fall down on YouTube. Like I watch like a lot of abandoned stuff, and it's like one, and then I'll get another one that gets recommended, you know, and those kinds of things. If I watch one of something and I really like it, like that's how I kind of like fall down the rabbit hole of watching other things. Oh, by the way, I want to give a special shout out to Brittany Renee, who did she's got 2 vlogs up now, and she did her very first vlog, and it's called An Introduction. So if you search it, if I forget to include it in here, I'll try to include it in here so you guys can go look. But, you can Google search it, and it's Brittany Renee An Introduction, or you can search it on YouTube. Brittany Renee, Brittany Renae, An Introduction, and it'll pull up her, and it's like her just sitting there, and it like will pull up her first vlog. And so she's wanted to be a vlogger for a long time, and she talked on there about how like she watches me and she watches Adam McIntyre. And so then I messaged Adam McIntyre and was like, hey Adam, I was like, this girl watches us and she started a vlog, and she like shouted us out and saying that like we inspired her and whatever. And he was like, oh, that's so cool. He's like, thank you so much for letting me know. And then he commented on her video as well. And anyway, it just, that means a lot to me. You know, when people ask me, they're like, you know, like, oh, you inspire me so much to start a vlog, like, what should I do? And I'm always just like, just turn on the camera and start it. It was funny because somebody asked that, and Mel commented and said, just start it. I saw that somewhere. I can't remember where I saw that. Maybe it was on the Vloggerinos group. I don't know where. But, like, that, it's really just that simple. And Brittany just seemed so comfortable. So I will try to link her channel below if I remember, and if I don't, put it in the comment sections, and as soon as I remember, I'll link it if I read the comments. But go check out her channel and go subscribe to her. She really, like, this is really what I liked about what she was saying on there, is she said she wanted to, and has wanted to for a long time, build a community on YouTube of people that she could talk to and interact with. And I thought, you know, like, that's just such a cool thing that I think there's such a misconception, you know. Well, not a misconception really, but I've had so many friends of mine or people that I know that I interact with that are like school teachers, and they'll say, like, because they know that, you know, I make YouTube videos and whatever, and they'll say, it's so funny because, like, they'll be talking to their kids in class, and their kids will be like, when I get older, I want to be, they always say influencer, you know, that they want to do. And it's not so much YouTube videos anymore. It's more TikTok, obviously. But, and my one friend said that, like, you know, she told her student, she was like, yeah, I have a good friend of mine. And she's like, I didn't tell him who you were. I was like, okay. But she was like, I was telling him, like, I have a friend of mine that, you know, he makes YouTube videos, and, like, that's what he does. And, you know, and you wouldn't even guess it if you, like, met him in person or whatever. And I think the thing is like, with the kids, like the younger kids, they think that they're gonna get like, and maybe they will, you know, I don't know, that they think that they'll get like a viral TikTok or a viral video on YouTube, and then they'll like go super famous, and all of a sudden they'll never work another day in their life, and they'll be like a Charli D'Amelio. But the reality is, it doesn't happen to very many people. But how blessed do I feel that I'm able to get up every single day and do something that I absolutely love, and that I have a community of people that found each other through that, like on my vlog. Like, that is the coolest thing, you know? And I don't know, it's really nice and really comforting. And I think when you think about a community, you think about people that are like-minded, you know? And it doesn't necessarily mean, I mean, I know that there are people that are in the Vloggerino group that don't even watch my vlog on a regular basis anymore, you know? But it's like, I think it's people that are like-minded, that are kind and compassionate and forgiving and understanding and trying to be there for one another, and, you know, whatever. And I think that that's so awesome. And just even in the comment sections, I love it. You know, and I think it kind of even transcends that now. It's like, I'm finding that Whereas it used to only exist like in the comment sections of my vlog, where if somebody said like I'm having a really rough week, you know, like, you know, yada yada yada, somebody would say like, hey, I've been there, I'm really sorry, you know, and somebody else would say like, hey, I'm praying for you, or I'm sending positivity your way, or whatever. And now it's kind of transcended that over into my other channels as well. Like, it's on my Peterisms channel. It's even on my drama channel, where I will see that, you know, somebody will say, like, I really needed this video today. I needed to laugh. Like, I'm having a tough week. And there will be 3 responses underneath there where people will say, hey, I'm really sorry that you're going through a hard time right now. Like, you know, I'm thinking of you, or whatever. And I think to myself, you know, like, that doesn't, there aren't many places in the world, let alone on YouTube, that exists. And that has absolutely nothing to do with me. That has to do with all of you guys out there, the ones that are responding. You know, if you see somebody like that out there, you know, please respond to them. And, because I think sometimes even it means more for people to hear it from you guys than it does for them to hear it from me, you know. So anyway, Brittany, best of luck to you, and I hope your channel does well. And don't ever get discouraged. I think, like, this is the thing that people always, like people will start channels or start vlogging, and then it's like they never get past a certain point. This is one of the things I love about Bay Nation, those 2 sisters. It's like, what, 3 years later, and I went over there, and they had 30 people in a live stream, and they still live stream every single day. Like, they love it for the love of it, right? It's like my Peterisms videos. My Peterisms videos, it's not like they're getting any more views now. My vlog really doesn't get any more views now than it did 2 years ago, you know? And if you look at the numbers on there, because I can see on the back end, like, how many, like, subscribers I've gained or lost or whatever. It's like, hey, how are you? Good, it's so pretty. Don't say that. But, you know, like, if you look at my vlog, with people that unsubscribe and people that, you know, subscribe again and whatever, like, maybe they don't watch me for a while and they come back and watch me, it's whatever, it's like, my vlog, I can see the number of, like, in the last 28 days, like, pretty much holds steady at, like, you guys, like I was telling, I don't know if you guys watch Zachary Michael, but Zach's a friend of mine. And he does, like, Amberlynn Reed and Chantal, you know, Foodie Beauty commentary. And so we were talking one day, and he's so funny because, like, in his videos, he's, like, hilarious. But, like, and he is hilarious in real life, but, like, talking to him on the phone, he's one of the most caring, intellectual people I've ever met. Like, seriously, like, he's so smart and so quick, and just, he just gets it, right? And so we were talking one day because he had posted something on his Twitter about like, he usually gets a certain amount, like, for every time he posts, he usually gets like 100 new subscribers or something like that. And I was like, really? And I said something to him about it because it's like, on any of my channels, they're just pretty stagnant. They really are. Like, on my drama channel, I, like, lose 5, gain 5, lose 5. I mean, it's always that. You know, on my vlog, it's like, I think for, like, the last 4 months or something, it's been, like, positive 11. You know, so that means, like, over the last 28 days, like, I've gained and lost, like, averages out to, like, 11, you know, subscribers a month that I've gained, or 5 or something like that, right? So you have to make sure that you're not, like, in it for that. And you're not in it for, like, the numbers. And sure, like I say, like, I'm not a BS artist. Like, I would love to wake up and have 10 million subscribers. Who wouldn't? Because that means that you have 10 million people watching the videos that you're putting out there. And how exciting is that, right? And, like, that's what you're doing, making videos for, is because you want people to watch that. You want people to be entertained or interact and whatever, right? Like, and I'm not going to sit there and act like that's not the case. But these 3 little kids, like, under the age of 6, were, like, riding their bikes. I haven't seen any parents walk by. That's concerning. Hold on a second. Seriously, two little kids just riding their bike down the street. That's rather, that's rather interesting. Huh. Do parents just let their kids ride it? I mean, we're not like this, they don't live in this neighborhood. So they have to live in like a surrounding neighborhood, which means that they're like through a gate to get into this neighborhood. Anyway, I hope that they're okay. So one of the things that I see a lot of people is that they'll say like, they'll start a channel and then they'll like, you know, they'll message me like 2 months later and they'll be like, I'm really struggling, like I'm not getting that many views and whatever. Like, do it because you love it and stay in it because you love it. Don't get discouraged with it. You know, remember why you started it to begin with. And you have to remember 5 people's a community, you know? And, you know, it's very similar to 12-step programs. It's like the power of one addict or alcoholic talking to another. You know, it's like you can have a meeting with 2 people. And so, and even I have to remember that sometimes. Don't think I don't get discouraged, you know, when I work on a video and I look at the video and it's like barely hitting, you know, so many views. And I'm like, well, nobody's interested in that, you know? So, especially if it's like I was talking about this Halloween drama video that I want to do. Like, I know that there's not going to be that many people that are interested in it, right? But like, I want to do that for me. So, and also to kind of like do something a little bit different or step outside, you know, what I normally do. So I think it's important to do things that you're passionate about and feel important to you. And if you want to start a vlog or you want to start just a channel talking about crocheting, or like my friend Mel, she loves to crochet, so like that would be natural to her, right? Or whatever you want to do, it's like do it. But most channels aren't going to blow up. They just aren't, you know? And when I look at how grateful I am, when I tell you the amount of people that I know that are YouTubers that are like, Peter, you only get, you know, 3,000 or 4,000 views a video on your vlog. Like, why are you keeping that channel going? Like, oh, my husband must be in the kitchen because the light just came on. Do you see? The light just came on. They're like, or your Peterisms channel. Like, you literally get like no views on that video channel a month. And I'm like, I love it though. Those are my heartstones. Like, why would I stop something that I love so dearly? Like, why would I stop that, you know? And so it's just, you know, you got to do things because you got to remember why you started it to begin with and take out all of that. I think a lot of people get into it and then it's like, who was I looking at the other day? It was somebody that like I used to talk to way back in the day. It wasn't a drama channel or anything like that, but I was looking at somebody and like they had like, they started and their views were like real low when they started, and then they had like 2 or 3 videos that were like 60 to 80,000 viewed videos, and then their videos went real low again, like 400 views, 1,000 views. And then I noticed that they had just like 6 months ago just stopped filming videos. And I know what it is. It's like I'm not getting the views I wanted to get on my videos anymore, so I'm just gonna stop. I don't think it's just about YouTube, you know, it's not just exclusive to YouTube. I think it's I mean, I think like, especially like in the world of TikTok, it's interesting to me. I don't know if you guys like see this on TikTok, but I'll find somebody on TikTok that I really, really like, and like I'll go and I'll look at like their pinned TikToks or like whatever, or they'll have a couple TikToks that are like at 2 million or 500,000 or whatever. But then when you start going down like to their more current ones, you'll see that they're getting like 2,000 views, 3,000. It's like the popularity has faded off, like, or that they had one TikTok that was people found really, really funny, like a viral TikTok, and now people don't, like, they aren't in it for the long run. Well, these people at a month, they bankrolled on that one TikTok and they started a YouTube channel and merch and all this other, you know, they were ready to like quit their lives and just be TikTok stars forever, which, hey, I wish that for anybody if they want that, right? But don't forget why you got in it. Like, you got in it and you started doing TikToks because you love just doing TikToks, you know what I mean? And I think there's, like I said, there's very few people that are super, especially like the kids, there's very few people that are super successful at it and do it because you love it. I keep on looking at it because I feel like it's going to stop at any moment. It's just 29. It's almost, I got like 10 seconds more, but yeah, like do it because you love it and don't ever lose sight of that, you know? And so when you start asking yourself, like, I'm not getting the views I want, you know, ask yourself, do I really love this? Like, is this something is this a passion that I need to keep doing? Like for me, I can't imagine my life without YouTube. Like I can't imagine not making videos, not interacting with people. I can't imagine that. So for me, it's something that like I have to do. Like in my blood, I feel like I have to do it. You know, and I think it goes like, it extends past YouTube, like I was saying. It's like, what are those things in your life? That's the question. What are those things in your life? It's like bucket list stuff that you have to do before you're no longer here. Now, did you guys hear about Leslie Jordan today? Leslie Jordan passed away. So sad. 67. He was the age my grandma was when he passed away. Broke my heart. I loved Leslie Jordan. People always said that I reminded them so much of Leslie Jordan, and so I always thought it would be fun to like do, and he got real famous again. I mean, I loved him back in the day from, what was that movie that he was in with Olivia Newton-John, and he was like, didn't think I'd make it, did you, mama? Do you remember that movie? Oh, I love that movie. And he was in Jack, and what's that movie, that TV show? Oh my God, my mom loved that show. I never liked that show. Will and what's the show? The gay TV show. You guys know what I'm talking about? My mom loved it. He was in that. He was in so many things. He was in American Horror Story stuff. But he had just gotten famous again, like doing like Instagram reels or posts or stories, like I think it was that, or TikToks during the lockdown. And people like fell in love with him on that, but so sad. But you know, like what are those bucket list things that you have to do before you die? I don't really have many on my list anymore. Like there's places I would love to travel to, but I don't feel like if I don't travel to them, like I'm gonna lose my mind or something. Like I don't feel like that. Are there things I feel like if I'm not doing them, like things aren't right in my world? Reading is one of those for me. You know, and I'm trying so hard to get back into it, because every time I see my stack of books in the kitchen, or I look into Audible and I see what else has come out, I miss it so greatly. And my nose has like been running from my allergies, but I miss it so greatly. I miss it so much. But then when I try to read, I like struggle so hard with just like staying focused or whatever, you know? But if something that you're that passionate about or you love, it's like, well, of course you would do it then. So I should have no excuse, right? I love to eat. I love to watch TV shows. It's like you got to ask yourself, what are those things, you know, that you can't. Maybe it's baths, you know, taking baths at night. Maybe it's having a garden. Maybe it's crocheting, like I said, or knitting, you know. Maybe it's cooking or baking. You know, I have a friend of mine, she is like the extreme baker. She bakes every single day. She loves it. Cookies, cakes, breads, cupcakes, on and on and on. She loves it. I don't know that she would know who she was if she wasn't cooking. And she cooks and gives it away. Always is giving it away to people, you know. And taking it to meetings and things like that. And so I think I love just like sitting here and listening to like the leaves blow in the wind and like hearing the dogs bark in the distance. Just feels like such a Halloween night, you know. We're going to my cousin Caroline's early, and then we're going over to Melissa's later. So anyway, I kind of lost my train of thought a little bit. Yeah, but like whatever it is, it's important to you. You know, ask yourself those questions. And if you're not doing them, ask yourself why you are doing it. I ask myself every single day, I'm like, what is the blockage between you and reading? Like literally sit your butt down and read a book. You know, and I always think of 50 other things that I have to do. Well, I have to clean this up, or I have to clean that up, or I have to answer these emails, or I have to do this, or I have to do that, you know? And then by the time that I want to sit down and read, it's like, well, it's too dark, or it's this, or it's that. I'm always making all these excuses up. And I really do feel this way. I do feel this way about the reading. Like, once I finish an audiobook and I finish a written book, like, I think I'll be back in it again. Like, I think I'll be back in it, you know, to win it again. Hello?
Hello?
What are you doing?
Get some water?
Is Boo Radley eating his dinner?
I think so. I think he's eating right now.
I fed Boo Radley his dinner, and he wasn't. He came right up because Alex came home, so he didn't want to eat his dinner. Anyway, let me know in the comment section below, what is something that you just can't imagine not having in your life, you know? It was interesting. I got kind of sad because, like, this is gonna sound silly, I know. And I know when I say this, I know people don't understand. Maybe you do, I don't know. But I feel like a lot of people out there probably think, if you wanna read, just read, Peter. It's not that deep. Like, why aren't you doing it, right? But honestly, at this point, it's like, if it comes between me reading or watching a TV show, I would much rather watch a TV show. It's more engaging, and I don't feel like I have to focus as much attention on it, you know, and all of that. And so, yeah, but I'll get back into it. I know I will. But I was going through my pictures from like a year ago, and I was looking at something for like Christmas pictures. I can't remember what I was looking for, and looking for pictures like Tucker and Boo. I miss little Boo Radley. I have some very exciting Christmas presents for Alex. Some very specific Christmas presents for Alex. But anyway, up here comes the card. This is our pizza. But I found this picture, and it was my Goodreads, like, congratulations, you reached your goal of 100 and so many books or whatever. And I was like, that is so crazy that, like, I was so focused on that. And people would always say, like, what does it mean to you? Well, it kept me driven. It kept me, like, to have this goal kept me driven of, like, I want to read so many books. Like, I want to read, like, I think it was like 102 or something last year or whatever. You know, and it kept me driven to, like, keep on reading, keep on reading, keep on reading. And then all of a sudden, I'm just not reading at all anymore. I think I've read, like, 12 books this year or something. And that was all in, you know, January and February. So I've been reading the Simone St. James book, Book of Cold Cases, and on Audible, I've been listening to that, and I have been listening to, a lot of people have been asking me if I am watching Interview with the Vampire on whatever channel it's on. You know, I'm not a huge Anne Rice fan. I love Christopher Rice, but I have to tell you, that was actually the last book that I was listening to before I started listening to this Simone St. James book, and I very rarely DNF books, and I DNF'd that book because I could not get into it. And I was like 2 or 3 hours into the Audible book of Interview with the Vampire, and I just wasn't into it. I just was like, people love this. Like, I mean, I'm not saying that it wasn't engaging and it wasn't interesting and it wasn't well written, because it was all of those things, right? I just was like, this is just not my deal. Like, this is just not my thing. So anyway, I know that there are people out there that love Anne Rice. I love Christopher Rice, her son. His writing was fantastic. Oh, that was the book that I was reading because she had passed away. So I read, I think, The Year of Magical Thinking. That was the pick that I had picked for Peter's book club when I was doing it on Instagram. I haven't been doing that ever since, because I think those were my January books, because Joan Didion had passed away and Anne Rice had passed away. So I picked Year of Magical Thinking by Joan Didion. Was that? Or no, maybe I read Slouching Towards Bethlehem. I think I read Slouching Towards Bethlehem. And then I read Interview with the Vampire, and I DNF'd it, which just means do not finish, because I just wasn't into it at all. So maybe I will watch the show. What's the show? Let me know in the comment section what the show is on. I'll put it on my list. Tanya's watching it. She loves it, or watched it. I don't know if it's over. It's a completed series or whatever. But she said it's really, really good. So anyway, let me know what you think about that if you're watching it in the comment section below. And I'm going to, I've got so many shows to watch right now, though. I think Alex would probably really like Interview with the Vampire. So yeah, I'm gonna get off here and I'm going to make sure that my other videos are uploaded and ready to go. And then I'm gonna eat my pizza. I don't know what we're gonna watch. I have no idea. And I think that's it. So anyway, thank you guys for hanging out on the front porch with me tonight. This was fun. And if nobody else has told you this today, I love you. I hope that you're having a magically amazing Monday and beginning to your week. I usually say that first, so say that and then say, and if nobody else has told you this today, I love you. Remember these 3 very important things. 1, you can start your day over whenever you want. You can start your week over if you need to. Just say, this week has not been it. I'm starting my week over. Number 2, practice random acts of kindness, but shh, don't tell anyone. And 3, most importantly, make sure that you reach out to somebody and let them know how much they mean to you. And anyone, at any time, just call them, text them, send them a postcard, send them a letter, whatever. And I'm sure that they'll love it, and I'm sure they will love it, and it will cheer them up and make them happy. And why wouldn't we want to make somebody happy, you know? So anyway, and also be kinder to one another, love one another a little bit more, and be kinder and love yourself a little bit more. And I love you guys, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Love ya. It's already getting dark. Can you believe it? Love ya.